Guys, welcome to class again. So today the topic is feelings. So what do we mean by that? Well, there's quite a number of different feelings that we might be feeling at different times because of different situations that might be happening. Of course, our favorite one is when we feel good, but what vocabulary can we use in order to express that without using the word good all the time? Well, if you're in a good or a positive, upbeat mood, there's a high chance that you're feeling one of these emotions. So the first one is glad. So what's the meaning of this? To feel glad means that we're feeling joyful or delighted or pleased about something. So you're very likely to feel glad when you've received some good news or something positive has happened in your life. So for example, Rita was glad when she found out that she had passed her exam. The second one is content. What's the meaning of this word? Well, to feel content means that you're satisfied, you're happy with how things are or how things are going, and you don't need to do anything more. And we also pronounce this word with an emphasis on the second half of the word, content. So for example, he is content living in his hometown because his family and his friends live there too. The third one, elated. So what does the meaning of, what does this word mean? It means that we feel very happy about something and it's more than the average level of happiness. So we might be happy, but then again, we could be elated, which is like the next step up. So you might feel elated if all your hard work has finally paid off and you see some great results. Another word that we could use is overjoyed. But if we use this word for the example, I was elated when I won £100 for first place in the art competition. Next one, ecstatic. So if elated was to be very happy, then to feel ecstatic is to be very, very happy. It's the maximum amount of happiness that you can feel. When you are ecstatic, you're filled with intense, deep sense of joy. So perhaps Maria was ecstatic when she found out her parents were taking her to Paris this summer. Excited. What does the meaning of this word? To be excited about something is to really look forward to it with joy. So for example, she was excited to finally see her cousins after being apart for over 10 years. Eager. Well, we may feel eager as we wait for something that's going to happen or look forward to something happening. When you are eager, you might also be more motivated to make something happen. So Paul is so eager to improve his English that he practices every single day. Proud. What's the meaning of this word? Well, feeling proud of something might happen when you have worked really hard at something and the end result was very positive. So for example, I worked on that painting for 2 months and I was very proud of how well it turned out. Tranquil. This meaning is that to feel tranquil is to feel peaceful, calm, and relaxed. I felt very tranquil after walking along the beach at sunrise. Hopeful. What's the meaning of this word? To be hopeful means that we want something good to happen and we think that there is a high chance or possibility that it will happen. So for example, the coach was impressed by the team's hard work and was quite hopeful that they would win the next game. Confident. What's the meaning of this word? If you're feeling confident, it means that you believe in yourself and your own abilities. You're sure about who you are, what you can do, and what you can achieve. So John was pretty confident that he did well in the job interview. So it's a really good, positive feeling. And the last one, loved. So the meaning of this word is to feel love when you know someone cares for you and wants the best for you. When I was recovering in hospital, the kind wishes from my friends and family made me feel loved. So it's a great feeling to know that you're feeling loved. But as we all know, feelings aren't always positive. They can sometimes be negative for a variety of different reasons. So what words can we use when we're feeling down? Well, the most obvious one is sad. So this means when something bad or unfortunate happens in your life, and you might be feeling sad or unhappy. So for example, she was sad when she heard that her best friend was moving out of town. Then the next one is a bit more serious, depressed. Now, we all know that mental health issues can be very serious. And this one is quite a serious one. So depressed, if you feel very sad and that sadness persists, stays for a while, you might say that you're feeling depressed. It's actually a mental illness that can be diagnosed. But sometimes we use it to express something that's very upsetting. So that's depressing. For an example, after her husband passed away, Ray was depressed for years. So it's a very sad one. Feeling down. Feeling down is an idiomatic way of basically saying that we are sad. After hearing the bad news, I was feeling down, but my friends came over to cheer me up, to make me happy. Disgusted. Well, this is a strong word. The meaning is that you feel disgusted when you really dislike something or it makes you feel sick. Harry was disgusted when he saw a lizard drinking from his glass of water. Guilty. You're likely to feel guilty if you have done something wrong and you know that you've done something wrong. Maybe we made someone else feel bad. Martha felt very guilty for shouting at the shopkeeper. So we know in our subconsciousness that we shouldn't have done something, and now we feel guilty. Hurt. Now, this word can have a physical meaning and also a mental meaning. So hurt is when you feel bad and are in pain, either mentally or physically. The boy was very hurt when his parents forgot his birthday. So that's the mental side of the word. But what about the physical side of the word? Jack had an accident on his motorbike and was badly hurt. So that's the physical side of it. So this word can have two different meanings. Lonely. Well, the meaning of this word is if you're sad and alone, chances are that you might be feeling lonely. If you're on your own, no friends, no family. But you can also feel lonely in a room full of people if you can't really relate or connect to anyone. In the second case, you might also feel a bit alienated. So for example, after Tom and his girlfriend broke up, he felt very lonely. Angry. What's the meaning of this word? You might become angry when something doesn't go your way or someone does something mean or wrong towards you. The captain of the ship was angry at the sailors for disobeying his orders. So this is something that might really frustrate us and annoy us. We might feel very angry. Our face might be contorted with rage, might turn red. Jealous. We might feel jealous of someone if they have something that you want that you don't have. So another word for this, for jealous, is envious. So Joe and Ben stopped being friends because Ben was too jealous of Joe's successful acting career. Scared. So to feel scared is to be full of fear and worry. You can be scared of anything from spiders to flying in an aeroplane. She was very scared to swim in the lake after she saw a big snake near the water. So we might feel fearful, worried, scared. Anxious. This is when we think that perhaps something bad might happen, or you're uncertain about a situation and you might begin to feel anxious. You might feel a bit nervous, a bit concerned. For example, while my brother was in the hospital, I was so anxious that I could not sleep. Okay, so that's a list of about 10 happy and sad feelings. But there's other ones as well. It's not just about feeling happy or feeling sad. We might feel confused. So what do we mean by that? So that you know you're feeling when you don't know right from wrong, or everything appears unclear and uncertain, a bit messy, and you don't know what to do. That's when we are confused. The topic was very challenging, and the professor's lesson confused me even more. So we still don't understand something. Surprised. You might feel surprised when something unexpected, not planned, or out of the ordinary happens. It could be a good surprise, or it could be a bad surprise. So if we use the example for a good surprise, she felt so surprised when her boyfriend brought home a puppy. So that's good surprise. Curious. So what's the meaning of this word? This means when maybe we don't know something and we want to find out a bit more. So we may feel curious when something interests you and you want to learn or know more. So for today, we're curious about learning new words. We want to learn. We're interested in something. You might be curious about something, an event in history that you don't know very much about. Brad was curious about what was in the closet that his parents always kept locked. Bored. You might feel bored when you have nothing to do or you're not interested in something. So we might be bored at school, or we might be bored at work. We might be bored at home. There's nothing on TV. We don't have any friends coming round to see us. We're just feeling a bit bored. This is one of my favorites, nostalgic. So if you think about something that happened in the past, you wish you could return to that former time. Even though you know it's impossible, you're feeling nostalgic. So we might be nostalgic about a place. We might be nostalgic about a person. We might be nostalgic about a lot of different things. So for example, talking to his granddaughter about the trip they took together over 10 years ago made him feel very nostalgic. It makes us think about something that happened before. Indifferent. If you're indifferent to something, it means that you don't feel good or bad about it. You don't really care about this. I suggested that she learn to play an instrument in her free time, but she seemed indifferent to my idea. Not really important, not really interested. Strange. You can use the word strange to describe a feeling that is unusual or different from how you normally feel. So I felt strange when I walked into the party and everyone just stopped talking. One of my favorites now, baffled, means if we're absolutely confused or you can see no way of solving an issue, you are feeling baffled. The book was written in very advanced English, and I was completely baffled by the meaning of the story. Pensive. If you're thinking deeply about something, if you're in a pensive mood or a thoughtful mood, she was feeling very pensive after her parents asked her what she was planning on doing for the rest of her life. Wistful. To feel wistful is to find yourself in deep thought, but in a sad or depressing way. After the car accident, she felt wistful for weeks. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed the class.